Hello all, Permission to Breathe, day 24. I'm Kelly Davis, NLP practitioner, timeline therapist, hypnotherapist, and life and business coach. And Permission to Breathe was my challenge that I started at the beginning of January, starting with 1 minute of conscious breathing on the 1st of January, building up to 31 minutes on the last day of January. And as I've said in previous videos, gotten into a lot more. Thoughts for today were I went for a run, a short one. I'm still doing my skipping challenge, so I got through my 2,000 of those afterwards. However, there was something that occurred to me that we are a slave to our bodies and our minds, and they are quite cheeky monkeys in that, how did I want to put it earlier? They're tricksters. Tricksters was the word that I thought of when I was running. Because one, I didn't want to go running because it's pretty chillos outside. But once I start running and I get into it, I actually quite enjoy being outside, and I quite enjoy the jog. I quite enjoy the form of exercise. And so I know that I enjoy the form of exercise, but I also know in my mind that it's going to be difficult because I am currently not running on a regular basis. So therefore, it is more difficult to run right now, even though I'm doing the skipping and I'm skipping fit. And even though I can run couple of 10 flights of stairs and do that as part of my exercise routine. And so I realized today that my body and my mind play tricks with me, because the pain that comes in my body when I run, and then my mind telling me that I need to stop or slow down. And yes, I get the importance of it if you are in real pain, or if you are in real dire need. I guess that there's what would I say, an instinctual something or other that happens that comes from, I guess, thousands of years ago when we were living in the bush, and we needed to know whether our bodies were okay, and the signals that were sent were very important for that. But I feel like my body and my mind very quickly tells me, oh, that's a bit painful, or that's a bit uncomfortable. What else did we think that running or exercise was going to be, or dieting that you aren't going to be hungry, and or stopping smoking that it wasn't going to be difficult? These things are difficult. That's the point. I think we know that they're working if they feel a bit painful or a bit difficult. And I'm not talking about chronic pain. I'm talking about sort of like an aching muscle or something. And so part of my conscious breathing and being more conscious of what's going on in my body, and more conscious of my breathing when I'm exercising, is also to notice what my brain is. There's almost like another voice in there going, don't know whether we can make this hill. Maybe we should slow down. Maybe we should stop. But it started way before I even got dressed to go. I'd said to myself, I will go today. And my mind just kept going, yeah, but if this condition isn't right, and if that condition isn't right, and maybe if this doesn't happen, if you get outside and it's still very slippery on the ice, maybe you shouldn't run. And the excuses that were going on inside my head were quite phenomenal. And that's my little head that's creating those things. And I don't know how much we're all completely aware of how many excuses we make during a day, around things that really would be advantageous for us to do, and we just make an excuse not to do it. And running's not the only one. There are various other things. And I think back on my life and the amount of things that I have either set the bar so high that it's unachievable, so therefore I can go, okay, it failed, or that I just make life so difficult for myself that it becomes unachievable. And the amount of times that possibly I've sort of reached a place where I have come to the point where I'm so close to achieving something and then have given up because my brain or my mind has told me either I'm not good enough to have it, or that it can't possibly be that I could get it, that I didn't deserve it. Thousands, hundreds, maybe not thousands, hundreds of thoughts that have gone through my head that have prevented me from achieving sometimes what I think I could have achieved. So this awareness that is starting to come into my mind through doing this exercise this month about the conscious breathing is also bringing an awareness about other things that are going on in my body and in my mind, and that this voice that is not me. And I don't know how to explain it, because it is me, but it's not the real me. This little voice that talks to me and talks down to me and tells me that I can't do something. And I have been vaguely aware of it, vaguely aware. But suddenly today it was very much there, almost very loudly. It's almost as if by being more conscious of it, it's having to make itself more known in case I actually get over it at some point in time, which I think is a grand possibility in creating this greater consciousness of myself and what is going on. So that is my topic for today for you to go and think about. If you are doing the conscious breathing, fabulous. If you are doing anything consciously and it's bringing up any forms of emotion, thought, feeling, hearing, seeing of any kind, then please do get back to me and let's have a discussion about it, because I'm finding it quite fascinating. Is what am I learning about myself by doing this? The other topic that's come up, I'm busy just going through some what they call meta programs in NLP. And one of the ones that I'm looking at is what type of person I am in terms of, am I a towards or away from person, and how much of your life is run by, let's say, for instance, I'm going for a run. Am I doing it because I'm working towards greater health and fitness, or am I going for a run every day because I want to get away from being overweight? And I think that there's a significant difference when you're working. Every person is one end of the scale or somewhere in between. Sometimes we're a mix, but I think that I realize that there are very definitely areas in our lives and certain things that we're going through where we should very much rather be towards and in the positive, where we're working towards a specific goal or a specific something that is of a positive nature, rather than constantly walking away from something. Because if you get to a certain weight, what happens after that? You hit 50 kilograms and you're no longer moving away from it. Do you stop running? Do you stop with the fitness? I think if it's to remain healthy and to stay agile and to remain fit, then something like running is something that you would need to continue doing on a regular basis. And the more you do it, the more comfortable it becomes and the fitter you become. So therefore, something like running for me was a good example of it. But very much, I'm also interested then today in how conscious you are of whether you are doing things because you want to get away from something, or whether you are moving towards a goal that is a positive, and let's say not necessarily a fully achievable goal, but is something that it requires ongoing work in order to be constantly achieved, if that makes any sense. So those are my thoughts today around my consciousness of being. Tomorrow is the 25th of January, day 25. And I do believe, if I look at the calendar, we have 1 week left of January, which is quite incredible because I can't believe where it's gone. And also I'm quite chuffed with what I've achieved during this month. On various different levels. I'm quite pleased, and how I'm feeling and sort of what it's doing for me. So anyway, day 25 tomorrow. Do your 25 minutes of conscious breathing, singing, dancing, cooking, playing with children, whatever it is, being aware of your body, your feelings, your emotions. See what comes up for you. I hope that you guys have managed to sort of keep with this during the month. And I look forward to chatting to you tomorrow. In the meantime, if anybody's looking for coaching or therapy on any level, you're more than welcome to chat to me either on my Facebook page, Kelly Davis Coaching and Therapies, or via the YouTube channel. You're welcome to leave a comment. And yeah, once again, it's been a productive couple of days. I've had a couple of good chats with very close friends who I'm very lucky to have and I'm very grateful for, and always very positive conversation. And I'm feeling that the plans coming up for this year are really unfolding and turning into something that could be quite spectacular. And I hope that everyone else is having a January like that. And if you're not, there is a way to find it. There really is. Anyway, I'll chat to you all tomorrow. Have a good evening and have a great Monday. Ciao.